Hey! I forgot to record how I painted the background, so more importantly, drink some water. Anyway, we are painting again today, a whale this time, because at some point this whale was meant to decorate a cute kid's room. And then I realized that I didn't record parts of the process, so I didn't even plan on editing a video of it. Well, and yet here we are, and we can thank my ADHD for that. Yay! You see, all the videos I uploaded here before were made with Premiere. I can't even pronounce this stupid thing. Premiere Pro. But this one you're watching now isn't. A few weeks ago I was just done. And being the impulsive creature I am, I cancelled my Adobe subscription and downloaded DaVinci Resolve. And then I kind of froze, like, what have I done? Sure, I installed DaVinci, wanted to quickly make a GIF for a Discord server and was absolutely overwhelmed. So I ignored the program for a while and wondered how I was ever going to edit videos again. I could see it coming. I'd go crawling back to Adobe, begging for forgiveness and renew my subscription. Because, let's be honest, Adobe's not dumb. They give students access to the Creative Cloud for free for a while, and once you're used to it, it's so much harder to switch to something new, because it's comfortable. But seriously, who casually pays 60 euros a month for it? Yeah, okay, me. But hey, if you try to cancel, they offer it to you for 30 bucks just to keep you in. And I used that all the time because I wasn't going to pay that much money. Anyway, then you have access to all their programs and you have to learn each one individually. Sure, they offer some nice tutorials you can just jump into. What they don't tell you is how many hundreds of euros you'll end up spending on more RAM, better GPU and bigger CPU. Basically, you're buying a whole new PC. Even if your specs are still technically fine, you end up watching a slideshow instead of a video. Why do I have to tell the software not to use 100% of my RAM before doing anything? To be fair, I had this issue a few years ago. Either it remembered the settings after that or they finally fixed it. I'm honestly not sure. But it wouldn't be Adobe if Adobe didn't do Adobe things. When the RAM issue was fixed, it suddenly refused to render using the GPU. Don't ask me why, I have no clue. No matter what I wanted to do, audio editing, rendering, creating effects, I had to open a different program. Which, of course, ate up more RAM and CPU again. Oh, and you know what was really annoying? Either you had to create most fancy effects yourself, or you had to buy them, because those weren't part of the subscription. Thankfully, the community built a bunch of great free ones. Anyway, enough Adobe rant. Plenty of people complain about them already and I've only got basic editing skills anyway. Back to topic. So I downloaded DaVinci and had to watch a quick beginner tutorial because I was completely lost. It just looks totally different at first. But as you can see, since you're watching this video, it worked out somehow. At least enough to slap a few clips together, add music and a voiceover. After the initial shock and doubts, I have to say it's really not that bad. The default hotkeys are intuitive and not complicated. There are lots of effects and don't cost anything. My RAM isn't crying itself to death. I can render via GPU again, and the best part? DaVinci Resolve is free. Sure, you can pay a one-time fee of 300 something euros for the studio version and get more features, but honestly, I don't need that for what I'm doing here. Maybe one day my videos will look professional enough that it's worth the investment. Until then, I'm just annoyed I didn't break up with Adobe sooner. And I'm happy that my editing skills might start improving again. Alright, enough complaining. As I already mentioned, the whale is meant for a kid's room, but I also added centangles to it, kinda like I did with my turtle artwork. So now we're gonna take a look at how I painted those centangles. Nothing fancy. Since this is for a child, I didn't want it to be super creepy with lots of weird eyes. I just wanted something soft and dreamy. Somewhere along the way I started thinking about what kind of quote might go with it. And then I thought, float free, little dreamer. It just felt right. For someone who still has their whole life ahead of them and should be free to make their own choices. That got me wondering, if you could redo some of your major life choices, like your job, financial decisions, or other big milestones, would you? And if yes, what's holding you back from making those changes now and working toward them? Well, before this gets too deep and philosophical, let's change the subject again. I've been thinking about painting more little animals like this one, maybe with centangles and all. Do you have ideas for animals that would fit this style? Also, ever since painting this whale, I've kind of developed a connection to whales. I mean, I already adore the ocean and sea creatures in general. There's just something freeing about water. But lately, I'm seriously in love with whales. Oh god, that sounds so wrong. Thanks to a friend, I even bought a sewing pattern for a stuffed whale toy, and I really want to make it as soon as I finish the other 20,000 projects I started. And I got that same friend a pattern for a whale-shaped bag because it was just too cute to pass up. No way I'm developing a whale hyperfixation or anything. Definitely not. No, never. Well, will I ever get to the end of this video? Finally it was about time. So, here's the final result. I hope you like it, and if not, that's totally okay too. Feel free to follow, hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos, and bye! Financial dishes choices like your job, financial. Fuck you! If you could redo some of your major life choices, like your